We've been asking a lot about Kelsey recently anyway, but 35 tonight seemed like she was seeing a huge net up there. Where did you see her getting those points, attacking? What was kind of open in that way for her?
Yeah, I think early she knocked down a couple of long jumpers when they were playing zone, so she got some open looks and knocked them down, so that was really good. And then did a really good job of attacking when they went man and making the right reads, making the right plays. And so much of the way that she's able to score depends on great screeners, and AB is obviously an outstanding screener, gets her open looks. And getting her the ball on time and on target is important, and I think we did a good job of doing that.
This was Makayla season high too. I don't know if this is the perfect way to phrase this, but what does it take for a rookie to kind of earn the trust of a veteran head coach, and how does that stay or maintain for someone like that?
It's different for every team, but with this team in particular, because she's kind of playing behind Tosh, she doesn't always get probably the minutes that she could get, and depending upon lineups, playing behind AB or Didi. But she's really done a great job of staying ready. We talk a lot about staying ready so you don't have to get ready. And, one of the benefits of having a deep team is that if you don't have it one night, somebody else does. One of the challenges of having a deep team is that people deserve to play that don't always get to play. And KK's been ready, and she continues to get better. And I was, happy to see her come out and make that impact right away.
Chloe had 8 points today too. Just what impressed you about her coming with one day of practice?
Yeah, the ability to stretch the floor. She did a really good job of understanding offense, understanding where she was going to get hers, and then staying shot ready. I like how she was defensively too. She didn't allow any easy entry passes. But she just gives us a different look than any of our other post players. Sometimes you'll see us go small with Sophie or Lexi at the 4. And with Chloe on our roster right now, we don't have to do that. She has really good size, and she has that same ability to stretch the floor.
What went into Chloe and Makayla playing over Didi today?
Yeah, more than anything, they were playing zone. And so bringing in Chloe early and having 4 shooters around AB was important. KK, it was going with her early just to see what she could give us on the defensive end. I felt like they got too many easy looks. KK's versatility allows us to play her defensively in a different way than we can play Didi. And then they had it rolling in the first half, and so we just stayed with that 8 or 9 or however many there were.
Kelsey, she talked about briefly, but just any concerns with her health during that game? Looked like she got a little banged up there.
Not yet. Obviously there were concerns when it happened. Sometimes protecting airborne shooters and making sure that, freedom of movement, all that stuff is so important. So there's concerns while that's going on. There's going to be concerns about her recovery, but not as far as anything acute that I know of. But we haven't really had that conversation yet.
One at the end of the first half, was that a contact injury? Did she just bounce off and land the wrong way?
Is that the one where she was kind of holding her groin?
Yeah.
No, that was a contact injury. Yeah.
Is that the most zone you guys have seen from an opponent this year, and how do you feel like you guys handled it?
Yeah, consistently, yeah. I feel like when we executed what we were supposed to execute, we got what we wanted. But we lost our minds a couple of times and got a little bit stagnant. Didn't quite understand what we were looking for. It's different because we run a lot of our man stuff against the zone, and so just making sure that we look for the right reads. But timing of it is important, and I felt like our timing was off a little bit. And so I think for as much as as few possessions as we've seen it, we grew through it, which was the most important thing.
When you start kind of getting into this point of the season down the stretch, how do you kind of try to find the balance between focusing on what you guys need to do, but being aware of what's happening in the teams around you?
Yeah, we can only control what we can control. And we've got to really be where our feet are and focus on us. That's as a staff, obviously and players are aware of it. But as far as it being a daily conversation, no, we have to take care of what we can control.
Kelsey, we can see the ice, see you moving in a little bit of pain there. How are you feeling now after this game? Do you expect any bruising after that?
I think it's a part of the game, and I think it comes with the territory of just being a professional basketball player. But shout out to Chicago for obviously being competitive, really great team, and it was a really tough win for us to get it today. So
you still got the 35, 4th time you've done that. What were you seeing in terms of openness of shots, the way you guys were playing that allowed you to get what you wanted on the offensive end?
Nothing specific that I was just hunting for. I like to think that I take what people give me, play within the game, play within the schemes of the game based on what my coaches and my team is looking for, and then just kind of be myself. The hope is that, like I always tell you guys, that my preparation is going to allow me to make certain shots and do certain things, and so hopefully I can just keep staying on that stretch and staying neutral in it.
How have you seen her improve and become more comfortable throughout this season? 14
She's
today.
amazing. One of the best rookies I think I've ever come across of. She's I don't know how to say it, like the ultimate pro. Shows up, no problems, nothing. When you have locker room culture happening, you need great people to make it greater, and I think we got a good addition here. So shout out to KK.
Yeah, hey, just career high 14 points for you. Just what were you seeing out there today?
I just wanted to do what I needed to do on the court. Sometimes, I just anticipate my name being called. So always just staying ready and just doing the things my team need me to do.
I see you've had a nice connection this season with Aliyah, especially on the backcourt cuts. Just kind of what have you seen from her development as a playmaker?
Oh man, I think the one thing that makes AB like fantastic as she keeps getting older is the fact that she can expand past the 3-point line. And I don't know if people recognize what that is, but 4s and 5s, it's not. That's a rare thing to do. Your Asia Wilsons do it, your Nafisa Colliers do it. So for AB to be that player that is now the one that's stepping out on the 3-point line, to be able to make those kinds of plays, make those kinds of passes means everything for me because she knows what I'm good at and I know what she's good at. And I think me cutting and me sprinting, it makes her, know what to do on that perimeter. And I think for AB, she's going to keep getting more. She's going to hump more. And eventually where her game is going, she's going to be able to shoot the 3. Who knows, twin, cross somebody. So shout out to AB for just keep constantly developing for sure.
Kelsey, there was that sequence there at the end of the first half where it looked like he bounced off the defender and fell down and came up a little sore.
Yeah.
I guess what happened on that play and did it kind of linger through the game?
I think it's just, like I said, it comes with the territory of just trying to go in there with 6'7", 6'8". Maybe I should make some different decisions going forward. But I think, I don't know, man. I'm a competitor. You roll off your shoulder if you really want to play. And so it was a small hiccup, but I don't think it's nothing that, I want to hinder me going forward.
Makayla, as the season's gone on, your minutes continue to kind of go up. What does it mean to have the trust of a coach already, just as a rookie?
It means a lot. It just puts a lot of confidence in me and also my teammates. I mean, they have my back and they encourage me each and every practice, each and every game, just to stay ready and stay focused. I just wanted to be who they need me to be out on the court.
Is that a conscious thing you think about, trying to be that player? Like she talked about professionalism. Is that just how you were when you came into the league? How was that kind of formed for you this year?
Just always staying ready, being myself and being true to myself, just not be too high and not be too low, just be especially what they need me to be out on the court.
The way that you guys closed out that game today, I mean, I think they got within 2 and then you responded with a little bit of run there in the third quarter. I guess just feels like part of the growing process and learning how to close out and win these types of games.
Oh, for sure. I think that's our next maturation. If I had any, this game's not perfect, but I think if I'm being hard on ourselves and who we are as a group, like, we got a chance to, put teams away and be the best team that we're supposed to be, and that's what it should be. And I think that's our growth. If we want to be in New York conversation, be in Atlanta conversations, be in Phoenix conversations as far as contenders, then that's where we got to be at. And I think that's our biggest step if we want to go be at the best. If we want to be the best and compete against the best, we got to do stuff like that.